Hello, everyone. Anyone? Is anyone out there? Sorry, we just 5 minutes ago had the thing all set and all of a sudden couldn't find our broadcast, had to rename it and start over and come back. So I believe we're on now. Are we? There's one person. Okay. Are there more persons? Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Yes, all right. Hi, everyone. Are we functioning? I hope so. Thank you for joining us. We're trying a bit of um, new arrangement of things. Louisa's right here behind the camera. I'm going to get her back. Can you turn it ever so slightly that way? Just center it on me right now. Yeah, thanks. I'm going to get Louisa to play a little bit later. Don't make too much of it. It's I've talked her into it. So she just made a face. So thank you for coming tonight. Our theme is home and through the night. Some of us are getting a little tired of being at home, but the beauty of, if we're lucky enough, if we are fortunate enough to have a home, a sanctuary where we can appreciate the beauty of night and observe the passage of day into night, we'll celebrate our good fortune tonight. Passing days, elusive spirits, with no need for that sun's hot-headed face. They revel in the mystical and have no fear of shadow, for they know the darkness as a holy place. Their nocturnal take on science is their personal defiance. They play in love and morning comes too soon. Laughing at the sun, sailing with the moon. Laughing at the sun, sailing with the moon. She knows the spring by blossom scent and the autumn by the winds, and knows you best by possibility. She hears your heart in your voice and knows your mood in your step. the grace of one who does not need to see, to see. Cutting through the interference, unswayed by mere appearance, with the sense to sense when all's in tune. Laughing at the sun, sailing with the moon. 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 Louisa, can you look at any, are there comments? I hope that our balance has come out right. We had this all set going and then shut off for 5 minutes and everything was gone. I believe we're back on. I am technically challenged with this stuff, I admit. And do I need glasses for this song? Maybe. I wonder if I move this a little closer, what'll happen. That song, the bottom string for guitar players out there, the bottom string's tuned down to a low D, and now it's back to regular guitar. Well, I've always wanted to realize that American dream, like own a house. We rent this place we're lucky enough to have. Maybe that's just been the situation, the way things needed to be efficient, but you know, have your own sanctuary, your own place that's all yours. You're secure and safe in your sanctuary. That's better. Refuge. Well, I want to do that, but you know, if I'm going to get there by investing in things that destroy the world, what do I have? What kind of security do I have at home? I think of back when I visited a long time ago, 1984, went to Nicaragua with Holly Near. We saw some places, giant mansions behind barbed wire, high walls of barbed wire, armed guard turrets, not anymore, but places that used to be the places of the oligarchs. Is that the way we want to live? I hope not. So if the earth is really our home, maybe we got to just think about making sure to pay the mortgage. I've worked to have a home that is, that's the wrong. I started to sing the third verse. about if I start at the beginning? I've worked to have a home that I could call my own, a place to be secure in the warmth of family, a place of my own, a place where love will grow, to hold fast as a refuge from the cruel winds that blow, from the cruel winds that blow. Everlasting home, turning toward the sun, a good day's work, a good night's rest, everlasting home, everlasting home. I've put my heart into you, ever green, ever new, everlasting home. I've worked to have a home that is safe for all to dwell there, a place of peace, equality, and elegant simplicity, a place of understanding where all one would need to live in dignity, door open to all who come in love, just as it welcomes me, just as it welcomes me. Everlasting home, turning toward the sun, a good day's work, a good night's rest, everlasting home, everlasting home. I've put my heart into you, ever green, ever new, everlasting home. If the earth is our home, our sanctuary, there's a threat and we must name it, not to poison or exploit, for we all own it, not for sale we claim it. When I'm done with this home, it will harbor sons and daughters who make a peace across the wide lands and rolling waters, family of all faiths, all colors, and all paths to the spirit, where the music of all beings, if I listen, I can hear it. If I listen, I can hear everlasting home, turning toward the sun, a good day's work, a good night's rest, everlasting home, everlasting home. I've put my heart into you, ever green, ever new, everlasting home. The first song I wrote, that I played, it's called Sailing with the Moon, Laughing at the Sun, Sailing with the Moon, was actually a kind of a second effort that I was part of a meeting. I remember people talking about giving darkness a better name. You know, the light, I see the light, going toward the light, shine your light, all that light being so good, dark, bad, and foreboding, maybe, where we're denied one of our senses. But darkness can also be a time, a beautiful time, a time of dreams, a time of gestation, a time when all kinds of things are going on. I like to say when half of the ecology of the world is doing just fine, when the earth turned away from the sun. I first wrote this poem and I set it to music, but it's not a song for, well, that'd be a test to sing a solo thing. I made a choral version of this, but I think it works rather well as a poem. And I'm going to try that, not attached to music. It's called Darkness. Darkness is the beginning Darkness is the insides of the Mother Earth. There is magic in the night shadow of the earth that sings to the moon and stars, for whom the sun's warmth is death, that violates in sterile and arid disdain, or premature and overwhelming, loves too much, comes too close, shy life that retreats to the cold, dark abyss of the ocean, or the warmth of compost. There is secret activity under the calm of the forest umbrella. In the busy traffic, there is the never ending that is the beginning. Coursing through the veins of trees, new life is nurtured in the darkness. There is much in life that needs darkness, shaping, forming, energy to form that is felt before it is seen, swelling in the pod, pushing at the shell, kicking in the womb. There is preparation for lives to come, to burst forth, armored with maturity to survive the searching glare of the sun, eating of the sun's beams. In the darkness of thought, the great dream awakens. There comes a levity imagined by the wisdom that is. Thought takes on form. Form takes on thought. Order nurtured with disorder. Darkness is the beginning. Darkness is the insides of the Mother Earth. I've done it again, that I get all carried away with this, and I forget that we're doing these concerts hoping that folks will make a donation. And well, it's on the lower right of the screen right now, but I made up my low-tech handmade Jim Scott Music at .com, jimscottmusic.com. There's a button, a PayPal button, and you can use a credit card and make a donation. We certainly would appreciate it. I don't need to harp every week on, all gigs for musicians went away. So this is the 6th week in a row, and I'm just loving getting to do this. And I forget to do the fundraising. So what I'd like to say, maybe just tell you you can even see it on Facebook, the record of 1,800 people have seen my first Earth Day concert, and that's just really heartwarming. But it drops, and in with less weeks for it to have been passed around, dropped to 700, 500 views, and last week there were more than 400 views within an hour or so, and there were 9 people who donated. So what percentage is that? I don't even want to do the math. So I would just respectfully ask, and I know that many of us are hurting for money these days. If that's your situation, this concert is for you. But if you can make a donation, just think of how much a Broadway ticket would cost, a Hamilton ticket would cost, and go from there. Okay, enough of that. I will, if you'll pardon me, mention that a couple more times in this concert if I remember, but somehow I get into the music and I forget. And, I'm not really comfortable asking for money the way, as if I'm running for office or something, but we do much appreciate it. And if you'd like to order something, of course, that's delightful too. I realize if I get over here behind the microphone, that's not going to work. So let me try to space myself accordingly here. Here's a beautiful song. Written for me a couple of centuries ago. A lot of people have claimed this song. I went looking for it to see about some different words than the most typical ones. And on, I think it's Ireland website, they call this an old Irish song. Well, Welsh people claim it too, and I think it's originally Welsh. However, then there's a Scottish um, lyricist composer of the Oliphant family, Thomas Oliphant, wrote words in English to it. He wrote "Deck the Halls" too. Uh, but this is a beautiful song, and then it's claimed, people say it's an old German song too. So uh, it's an old American song, I think, but it's not a folk song actually. Well, the melody we're not sure, uh, and there's a hymn tune for the fruit of all creation, and there's also "Go, my children, with my blessing" and things like that. But here's some words for the night. I just want to tune up. Something's gone sharp. Maybe me. Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels, heaven will send thee all through the night. Hill and dale in soft slumber sleeping, all my loving vigil keeping, by my loving vigil keeping, all through the night. While the moon her watch is keeping, all through the night. While the weary world is sleeping, all through the night. O'er thy spirit gently sleeping, visions of delight revealing, breathes a pure and holy feeling, all through the night. Though I roam a minstrel lonely, all through the night, my true harp shall praise sing only, all through the night. Love's young dream, alas, is over, yet my strains of love shall hover near the presence of my lover, all through the night. Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels, heaven will send thee Soft the drowsy hours are creeping, hill and dale in somber sleeping. I my loving vigil keeping all through the night. The words in Welsh, it's Ar Heidi Nos. All this would be a literal, sort of literal translation there. It says, all the stars twinkle say all through the night. This is the way to the realm of glory all through the night. Other light is darkness to show true beauty, the heavenly family and peace all through the night. Through the night, oh, how cheerful smiles the star all through the night. To light its earthly sister all through the night. Old age is night when affliction comes, but to beautify man in his later days, woman and man in their later days, we'll put our weak light together all through the night. That's kind of cool. So A.G. Price Jones wrote that in a little more poetic way, a translation of that, which goes like this. Every star in heaven is singing all through the night. Hear the glorious music ringing all through the night. Songs of sweet ethereal lightness, wrought in arms of peace and whiteness. See the dark gives way to brightness all through the night. Look, my love, the stars are shining all through the night, lighting, soothing, and beguiling earth's somber plight. So when age brings grief and sorrow from each other, we can borrow faith in our sublime tomorrow all through the night. Night's a good time. Good night. Good night time. I wrote a musical that's all about saving the old growth forests. And in that story, the personal side of the story is there's a kid, and he or she fights to save his or her favorite tree from being cut down, ends up sitting in the tree to keep it from being cut down. Well, that's the whole political thing, but then there's the mystical side of the story. And at a mystical moment, the kid discovers he can talk to this big old tree, and the tree talks back. And they talk about life. Well, as the story goes on, though. The kid sits in the tree to keep it from being cut down, but he is not successful. It's a tragedy, but tragedy in theater, there's always a socially redeeming something. The kid, though, gets tricked out of the tree, and the great tree gets cut down. And the kid is, at the moment, just devastated. He says, "What'll I do? What'll I do without you? You were always there to lean on, to climb on, to go to for shelter. I'll be lost." Oh, the tree says, "Now, mourning is a good thing. It's all part of the process. But remember, it's time to move on. There's work to be done. You can be our voice for those who won't listen to us." And anyway, all the stuff that's in me, all the cones and needles and everything, branches even that were once me, they're all over the place now. My relatives are all over the place. So I guess you could kind of say, I'm in everything. And everything is in me. So is everything in you. And wherever you go, I'll be there. And I will shelter you. I will shelter you, my friend. I will shelter you with a love that has no end. Know that I will shelter you. That's the chorus. You can chime in next time. And I need you on this part too. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. That's it. I will shelter you. One's slow and one's fast. I will shelter you. Try it again. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will follow you with sunlit migrating clouds that fly with the wind, nearly calling aloud, and through the watchful night that embraces where you are, I will be your sky of stars. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. Here's that chorus. I will shelter you, my friend. I will shelter you with a love that has no end. Know that I will shelter you. Safe harbor I will make you under shimmering angel wings, an arbor of cirrus imaginings, and through the watchful night, and with the soaring rainbow overhead, I will cast a silken canopy above your bed. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. When you need a friend, I will shelter you. When you're all alone, I will shelter you. When the night is long, I will shelter you. When the way is dark, I will shelter you. When you don't know where to turn, I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. I will shelter you, my friend. I will shelter you. With a love that has no end, know that I will shelter you. I will shelter you, my friend. I will shelter you. With a love that has no end, know that I will shelter you. Know that I will shelter you. Oh, thank you for that, hey, Louisa. Now the part that you've all been waiting for. Can you poke the space bar? Yeah. The other way. Oh yeah, right. You got it. Now the part we've all been waiting for. My Louisa is gonna play a little song with me. This is Louisa. And who else would it be after that? So we're gonna switch guitars here, change the furniture. Played this song a couple of weeks ago, and I think I maybe played the first concert even, but I often say, I sang my daughter to sleep with this song for years. I hope she'll stay awake this time. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me as it sails through the night for the whole world to see. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There are stars out my window and they're twinkling bright. There are close ones and far ones that fade out of sight. I tried to start counting, but I can't get it right. They're like billions of diamonds flung out in the night. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me as it sails through the night for the whole world to see. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. In the morning, the stars are all gone, but instead, the sky in the east is all orange and red. Then a beam of sunlight lands right on my head. They're saying, wake up, it's another day, get out of bed. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me as it sails through the night for the whole world to see. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon in the daytime every once in a while, and each time I see it, I just have to smile. It took a wrong turn in the night sky, I guess. Up there in the dark, why the traffic's a mess. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me as it sails through the night for the whole world to see. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. Let's do that one more time. Let's do it 3 more times. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me as it sails through the night for the whole world to see. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. Let's do it one more time. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me as it sails through the night for the whole world to see. There's a moon out my window and it's smiling at me. Thank you, hon. Oh, wait, get this down here. Could you quiet the could you quiet the clanks? Well, here's a little song about the passage of time. Got so tall, wish the wind would stop blowing. Got so wide, wish the toenails would stop growing. Feet so slow, like they're stuck in molasses. Eyes so dim, wondering where I put my glasses. Only good thing about getting old, you're getting older too. Only good thing about getting old is getting older with you. Got so hairy, wanna hibernate in winter. Got so scary to little dogs and little children. Got so bald on top, blinding people with the reflection. Belly looks like Brazil in the Mercator projection. Only good thing about getting old is you're getting older too. It's a sing-along. Only good thing about getting old is getting older with you. so stiff, coins on the floor can stay there. Got so crabby, don't know why I should still play fair. Got so forgetful, don't know what I came to do here. Don't know who you all are, but I'm still happy to see you here. Only good thing about getting old is you're getting older too. Everybody, only good thing about getting old is getting older with you. I've done it again. I've gone through about 4 or 5 songs forgetting to ever do a commercial. As I said to early comers that came along, I'm delighted that people come to the concert, and I'm sorry to put in what is it to put in these commercials. No, I'm not sorry. I just am not very good at it. So 400 people viewed the concert last week. Within about an hour of it, I think we had 300 something while it was live, and pretty soon, and 9 people donated. So if you can see a path for yourself to go to jimscott.com and put in a donation, we would just really greatly appreciate it. And if that is a challenge for you, enjoy the music. I've come to want to end every time with this song. It's my goodbye song, I guess. The chorus of the song we borrowed from Russian traditional. Well, I don't know traditional. We don't know who wrote it though. It goes a Russian folk song, and then I added the verses to the song. When I was just gonna make a more poetic translation, I thought to the chorus, I got carried away, and so now there are 2 verses to the song, and it kind of modulates all over the place. But don't let that bother you. When we get to the chorus, you just sing along as you normally would. It would sound like this in Russian. Наши жизни мы должны соткать из света звук, пропеть его в ночи, что звезды слушали во сне, и хоровод водили в тишине. Kind of went from Russia to Brazil. Not sure what happened. Wish for you as now we part is for greater peace to fill your heart with dreams as vast as starry space. So hurt and anger know no place. May truth be shared and wounds be healed, and joy for living be revealed through every fate and circumstance. May hope lead weary steps to dance, and may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May fears be turned with keen insight to wisdom for what's just and right. Where sorrow grows, compassion strong, and pains will pass before too long. May the bounds of our diversity serve a richer harmony. May courage hold your heart so true to smile on love when it smiles on you. And may your life be as a song. It's around, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. Ever dance, and may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Want to say goodbye, Louisa? Or just say goodbye from the screen. There she is. Oh, there she is. Thank you. If you can make a donation, we would so much appreciate it. And please come back and see us on Wednesday nights. I'm going to keep doing it every Wednesday night. We've got different themes all planned. And if you want to get a reminder, I have a mailing list. You can even send me an email at jim@jimscottmusic.com. And or I much appreciate the comments. We go through the comments and learn every time. We've expanded the sound stuff here with a great Mackie mixer and everything, and so this is working better, and I'm learning about the internet. How about that? I'm getting into the 21st century. Thank you very much. We love you all. Have a wonderful and creative evening. What does that mean? What have I said? Go forth and multiply? No, I meant creative. Yeah. Well, okay. You read whatever you want into it. You can put the cursor right over on that red thing. Thank you and good night. Goodbye. Namaste. Be well. Stay well.